Welcome back to Digital Champions here in Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpike, your host. Again, we're talking about digital marketing experts around the country. And today we're in Gaithersburg, Maryland with Jenny Smuland from NEA Member Benefits. And Jenny, welcome to our conversation today.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here today.
Well, we're excited to have you and to learn a lot more about you. So why don't you share with us how you got your start in digital marketing?
By chance, really. I had my first job out of college doing assistant media buying, and it was really the first job that I could get. I loved it. And what I tended to find was that in the early 2000s, I felt like staying in TV was probably not going to keep me career driven as long as I would have liked. So I made the transition to digital marketing in 2007, specifically doing political advertising work for an agency. And that got me going and really was my start.
So you have a very wide audience you're trying to reach. Now, everyone is a member, so they do have that synergy, but yet they are very different in the same. So how are you reaching out to all these individuals and covering all the bases?
I mean, that is really the biggest challenge that we have is how do we not treat this membership like a monolith, right? I mean, even the reasons why people might be joining their local NEA affiliate is going to be very different on a case by case basis. So for us, providing that consumer marketing angle to this audience, we have to tread carefully. And what we've been doing is a ton of brand research over the past few years to find out why those members in aggregate might care about our brand, right? You know, not just the NEA itself, but this member benefits division that provides products and services, and again, kind of these add-ons to their life. So looking at that brand research, what we've started doing is looking at age and attitudinal splits based on our membership and applying essentially standardized demographic segmentation driven by that research across all of the advertising that we're doing. And ideally, we'll eventually start applying similar segmentation across the other marketing that we do writ large. But again, emanating from digital marketing, where we're applying those age splits and other demographic kind of splits at a standard level so we can start getting trends on that macro level as well as micro as we break down products. So we're really starting to engage in this work for the first time in years, where again, previously what we had always been doing was uploading our full member file of 3 million members to digital advertising platforms and asking ourselves questions. And so now we're starting to break that down, again, driven by brand research on a qualitative basis.
Well, it definitely is very exciting on your end and busy on your end, but really will help the members get the right information they need and obviously the results that you're looking for from the campaigns. With your experience, your knowledge, and the things you're doing now, if someone was just starting out in digital marketing, what would be the one thing you would say they should need to be focusing on?
I would say that they need to focus on doing the work themselves. I mean, one of the best things about digital marketing, again, is the idea that there's so many ways for people to dive in head first. And they really should do that because the approach that I might take is going to be very different than the approach somebody else might take. But more importantly, going into these platforms, doing the work, setting up test campaigns with no money behind them, but really playing around and understanding how these platforms work. Because these are not just user experience, places for us to buy and sell ads, run organic social campaigns, or do any of that other work. These are huge tools that I think a lot of us working in this field sort of take for granted, that even understanding how to navigate the settings of those tools helps us be smarter at how we think about how to then strategize campaigns on specific bases. So again, I would really say go in, dive in, do some of that work yourself, set up the marketing or the media plans in the way that follows the structure that it needs to. But think about how the work needs to be done tactically to feed those strategies kind of from the back end first.
Well, this is great advice for someone who really does know what they're talking about. So I'm hoping that people are really absorbing that, those that are new to the industry. And Jenny, I just want to thank you so much. You shared a lot of information with us, and we really appreciate you being here today.
No, thank you so much, Howard. I really appreciate it.
And thank you all for being with us as well. It's so important to have the right people behind the scenes, making sure your digital campaigns are working. It's so important to make sure that you are efficient with your time and your buys and how you're placing information. There's more information about everything that Jenny has been doing here on Daily Ad Brief, so please check that out. But go and have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Digital Champions.